Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to the Super Relevant Thoughts podcast. My name is Randy.
I'm Jamie.
And we got our second guest. We got our homie Krystal.
Hey.
Krystal. Yay.
Welcome. And this episode, we are going to talk about the subject of, does size matter?
Right about now, I know y'all digging this, so just turn up, we about to bring it.
Check it out now.
Somebody in the house say hell yeah.
All right. So yeah, I feel like with this subject, this question's always asked and it's always implied, and it always I feel like the question and the conversation with everything is always a big penis, right? It's never really like. Actually, before we jump right into it,
How's everybody doing, man? I was like, dang. This subject's it's a fun subject, but it's like, damn, you just can't be going to work. How big is your penis? Like, you actually can't just be.
No, for
Sure you can. Just break the ice right off the bat.
For man, you know, I was not mentally prepared to record this.
I didn't.
Full disclosure, I'm very tired right now, and it's like in the morning.
Oh yeah.
But it's cool. It's
I'm
cool.
good.
No excuses, man.
No
Let's
excuses,
go.
man. We got this.
So Krystal is joining us today. Tell us a little bit about yourself, very quick. Just background.
Yeah, give us your genital.
So stupid.
That was a fail.
Yeah, no, sorry.
It's nothing too exciting.
Krystal wraps cars, which is super dope.
Wraps cars?
Like vinyl wrap.
Oh, okay.
I guess
oh, shoot.
you wrap more than just cars, though. You just all kind of wrap in that industry, right?
Kinda.
Mostly
Like I've
cars.
done walls and windows.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like an underground rapper that raps about cars.
Yeah, it's that wrap.
Yeah.
W. There's a W in front.
So as far as without putting you on super blast on the subject, without giving like a resume or anything, would you just consider yourself experienced enough to have an opinion on does size matter?
I would think so.
Okay, cool. There we go. Cool.
Hi.
So now we got
You heard that, guys.
Now that we got that settled, without
She's repping all female.
and again,
Sure. I don't know about
yeah,
that.
this is. I mean, yeah, we can't generalize everything
Yeah.
because everyone has a different opinion.
Yeah, totally.
So this is just
Totally.
our individual opinions
Yeah.
on the subject.
The big question. So does size matter?
Yes.
It does?
I mean,
Okay.
one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like when that question initially is asked, does size matter? The mind automatically goes to it has to be big, or
Yeah.
you know, like But before the camera or before we hit that record button, you made a good point, Krystal, with the coffee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you were like, what did you say about the coffee?
Everyone wants a big cup of coffee.
Right?
Like, who wants a small cup of coffee?
And then I chimed in and I was like, I don't drink coffee very much, and I would much rather have the smaller cup.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Too much caffeine might not be that good for you either.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't.
Details.
Detail.
But because of that, right away, size does matter, because I would not want a huge cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be big, but the size does matter in some sort of way.
Yeah.
But because everyone kind of thinks of this subject like...
It comes off as like small being a negative connotation. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's always like, oh, those are huge shoes. or big feet or whatever.
Which is not true. That's a myth. You know, shoe size has nothing to do with penis size.
For sure.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I think it's your thumb and your index finger.
stupid. I remember someone was saying, "Oh, it's the thumb to the pinky," and then Helen like tried to stretch it out, and I was just like, "That ain't gonna change nothing."
Because it hangs loose. It hangs loose.
So it's the thumb to the index finger.
Okay, I think so. I mean, I don't know.
That's stupid.
Curious how many people are gonna go try that now.
I know. Try it, guys.
It's
Let me know.
yeah.
Give us your size in the comments.
All right. So there's something that I've always wanted to ask a female about size. Like when it does come to does size matter? But the way we just set this up was just like size matters if you prefer something big or small or whatever.
Mm.
Anyways, I'm going to ask these series of questions to you, Krystal, if you don't mind. Kind of in relation to someone being big. Or someone that you would consider having a big penis. All right? And you would say you've been with someone that has had a big penis, right?
I would think
relatively.
so. Yeah.
In your opinion.
Yeah,
right?
probably.
So with that particular person, out of all the times that you've been or that you've had sex with that person, what was your success rate as far as finishing?
I'm pretty high.
Pretty high.
Pretty high.
What's high?
I don't know, probably 85%.
Oh damn, that is pretty high.
That's pretty high.
I was imagining someone that was just so confident in their huge size that as soon as they finish, they don't finish the job for the
Other
partner.
person.
I don't think that has anything to do with size. I think that's just a guy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
I don't know. I always finish.
Yeah, absolutely.
Regardless of the size.
Absolutely. Dang.
No, I mean, like, doesn't like a bigger penis like hurt though? Wouldn't it hurt?
It depends.
It depends.
There's a lot of variables and factors.
Yeah, there's totally a lot of variables and factors.
Yeah.
And then everyone's different.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah.
what I might think is big might not be for somebody else or whatever.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I was talking with a friend the other day and kind of asked kind of the similar questions, and she did mention that same exact thing where it's like one might feel big for someone else, and it might not feel big for another person, but at the same time, when it does feel big, it might not feel right or feel good.
That is true too.
That's true.
So it's just like there's so many different variables. So
I think it totally has to go with emotions.
I say it's a lot of it too is like a mind
mental.
thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. I cannot, if I'm not emotionally attached to that person, like let's say we got in a fight and I'm still not completely over it, and I'm kind of like, or just emotionally distant from that particular partner. It's not very enjoyable at all. It's a huge mental thing for me, at least. So to not be able to have that emotional connection, regardless of size or anything, it's just like, for me, it's just like if that emotional connection is not there, it's just like, it just feels like a task. Right? Going through the motions. I don't know.
Yeah. I definitely think it's a mental thing, but I mean, I feel like growing up, the media and everything, you were taught that a big penis is what you want or strive or like what you brag about.
Yeah. There definitely felt when I was younger, it definitely felt like there was a huge weight on that as far as penis size.
Yeah.
I was just like, that don't mean shit.
Yeah.
It's not like you can control that. It's not like something you can work out.
True.
And change.
Well, I mean, okay, I've always seen them like the pumps. Does that really work, like to make your shit grow? No, because that seems uncomfortably and like it looks like it would hurt.
I don't know if it would hurt, but it's all just a gimmick.
It's a gimmick.
It's
Yeah.
a gimmick. Oh,
I mean, I made money selling shit like that when I worked at Lovers, but
Yeah.
it was like you take some stupid little like juice shot thing. It's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, it'll make your sex way better. It'd have like caffeine in it. We would just like drink them on our breaks just for like the caffeine shot.
Oh damn. Okay.
Like it doesn't do any. It's all like a placebo.
Oh, is it
basically.
really? So like what any of those like medicines that like help you last longer and stuff though? Not like Viagra, but like the over the counter.
There might be some.
Mhm.
There's like a spray that like numbs you.
it. Yeah.
That I've heard works. I mean,
Yeah.
it's for guys, so I don't
That
know.
sounds
But like
terrible.
any sort of like
Yeah, it's terrible.
like
No, just-
any like pill or whatever, like something you eat or like drink, like those are just stupid.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's crazy. I mean,
The numbing's supposed to make it so you like last longer.
that makes sense. I can see that.
I guess that makes sense.
Because, you know, the tip is like the most sensitive part, you know? And like, if you numb
Yeah.
it, you know?
I guess so. Yeah, that's straight.
But it's just like a topical thing.
Yeah. But I feel like that's more for the person, the other girl, you know what I mean? Or not the numbing, but the trying to last long. Because if you're a guy, I mean, once you come, it's like, you come, you know? It's, you know, but
That's a wrap. Yeah.
I don't need, you know, I don't need
See,
to last
it goes
long.
back. It's just a guy thing. It's not.
It
The
has to
size
be a
doesn't
guy
matter.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, okay, if we're going, I don't even think it's based on size. I think it's about technique. Like, if you're talking about pleasuring a woman, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much more you have to do. Like, there's foreplay, you know, there's cunnilingus.
What
you
is
know?
what is that?
I think that's like the proper way to say like going down on a female.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that the term for it?
Yeah, and then the guy.
Wait, what'd you call it?
Cunnilingus?
There's no.
Is
like,
it
T? It's
Oh, my
like,
bad. Sorry.
cunnilingus?
Cunnilingus? But cunnilingus, you know, the extra emphasis is the size of the word, you know? It's like-
Did you purposely add that T in there?
no,
Oh.
that's what I always thought it was called.
Oh, because I feel like you twist words sometimes. Like what do you call the the wooden board with the cheese and the crackers?
Oh, charcuterie board.
I don't even ever
Yeah,
try to say that.
That's not even.
That's what it is. Is it? No? Okay.
No. Wait,
Okay, so
is
it's
that how you?
no,
Is that how you really
It-
thought that that word was?
what,
also?
cunnilingus?
No.
A
The
charcuterie board?
yeah.
I just don't know how to say it, but
Oh,
that's what
okay.
it sounds like.
Okay.
I just call it the cheese and
The
meat
cheese
board.
and meat
Oh,
board.
Platter thing.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't even try.
Never mind. Sorry
Some-
for the tangent.
No, it's all good. So there's no T in cunnilingus. I learned something new. Cool.
cunnilingus.
Cunnilingus.
It,
And
it's
then
a weird ass word now that we say it so
Right.
many multiple times.
the T makes it sound better. Though.
It does.
Spill it. The T. Yeah, and then what? The guy version is fellatio.
Fellatio.
Yeah.
Ah, all right.
Right?
Nobody used those words though.
No, it's brain.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's the same way you talk about the proper way, vagina compared to like just pussy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess so.
Like giving head sounds so raunchy.
I feel like
I'm gonna give you fellatio. See, it just sounds better. Like I'm a lady. I'm gonna give you fellatio.
the
Uh,
oh man, I already forgot that thought. Damn.
my bad.
No, you good.
That's good. I don't believe in length, size giving pleasure, but I feel like a good girth, the thickness of a penis.
Well, I think it's kind of like a different thing for every single person.
That's true.
Because
Yeah.
again, when I was talking to my friend the other day, she was mentioning how, and correct me if I'm wrong, or if you have a different opinion, Krystal, but she was saying how it's different for different girls where some can finish with penetration, but then some can't with penetration at all.
Mm.
And it's like, so it's just like, I think what's more important than size, because size you can't control, like you mentioned earlier, but the most important thing I feel like is to understand your partner, right?
Oh, totally.
To know and kind of be able to communicate what's needed, because like if I had a partner and she never told me that she can never finish with penetration, or that's not as pleasurable for her, I would be thinking I was doing something wrong, thinking like I'm doing everything I can to last forever, but all I'm trying is penetration. So it's kind of like, it'd be nice to know if you needed something in a different form, I guess. But
Yeah.
Everyone's different. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Like when the reason why the emotional thing is important to me is because like I feel like when you find like the person that you're with or that who you're only having sex with, I feel like eventually over time, like it forms to your penis. You know, like the pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, this pussy knows that this dick is for that pussy. You know what I mean? So it's like that wherever the dick goes, it goes to whatever point that needs for them to get off. You know?
Okay.
So like the long, you know, it's just it's just like technique and like evolution of time.
I mean, it's practice.
It's practice.
Right?
Yeah, man. Trial and error.
Practice makes progress.
Yeah.
Where it's like you do it enough times, it'll hopefully continue to get better.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the first time you have sex with somebody. If somebody said that was the best sex I ever had with them, like they're either lying or something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like first time's not usually that spectacular because it's like you don't know if the other person is like
Yeah, it's all awkward and you don't know what is what, and you don't know anything about the partner, so it's kind of like this weird.
It's like the awkward learning phase.
The
like,
tiptoeing, like
or,
testing the water of
or even like one night stands. I don't imagine both people finishing. I mean, I feel like the guy will obviously finish. Because I feel like for guys it's easier to finish than girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it's instant. It's,
instant. Just
it's
instant. Like that.
Like whenever it's ready to go, it's just all right.
Easy. Yeah.
Boom.
Because if I was a girl, like say I had a one night stand and the guy finished and whatever, I'd be like, that's it. I'd probably pull out my toy and then finish. You know what I mean? Like I don't think
whip it out of your pocket.
Yeah, just like I know where this night's going.
I knew where.
Yeah.
I knew what to expect.
Yeah.
Come prepared.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, man, guys, all they need is a little bit of friction, dude. You know. And
I mean, for me, it doesn't need a lot.
Yeah, just like a.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah, I really don't think size matters. I feel like that's just what we were taught, like a bigger size, I guess. I'm not gonna say size doesn't matter because I think it's more of like having a big penis.
A big penis
does not
matter.
have to be the end of the world if you don't have one. Like
sometimes big is too big.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah, like you don't want to have a birth pussy without even giving birth yet. You know what I mean? Like it's like shit. Because once that shit stretches, I don't think it forms back.
Well, also like with the like even in watching porn, and you see dudes with just gigantic dogs,
mandingos,
and they can't even go in all the way, and I'm like, that doesn't seem pleasurable at all to just get like half of it in.
It doesn't count if it's just a tip.
And there was a time where it accidentally did, and that probably ended not too great.
Oh yeah, some probably perforated uterus or something.
Oh seriously?
Like what?
Like when the lips become like.
I'm thinking like internally, like
oh right yeah, here, man.
Like just, like freaking.
You touched my heart, like, literally.
It's just like poking hearts, man.
Yeah,
like
man.
That can't. Yeah, I'm like that.
But that's the thing. You don't have to fully go in to get out, right? Because the G spot's like it's like a hook, right? You know what I mean? Like you go up right there.
It's anteriorly,
only like
right?
2 inches.
Yeah, 2 inches.
Roughly.
Yeah.
Just like right and. Yeah.
It's like a
yeah.
It's like you're going up the stairs. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Upstairs. Sure. Yeah.
And then there's a little ball thingy, that's all you really need. These are scientific terms, guys. Just like
the ball thingy and the stairs.
And the
technical terms.
Technical terms, man.
And then you'll unlock.
Yeah, I'm telling you, size, like bigger size it's not the end of the story. Like this technique, like I remember, I learned about sex from an episode of Friends. Like there's an episode of Friends where Monica was like explaining the 7 different erogenous zones for females. And there's like 7 of them,
Do you remember all 7?
Yeah, I had to imagine. I'm not gonna tell you. It was a sitcom. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah. I don't remember that episode. I was just curious. Like,
but anyway, so she was telling you gotta start at 1, which is the lips. I'm assuming. Then 2 goes down to the neck.
Okay.
And then 3 or the earlobe. You just keep going down, and 7 is obviously down there.
Yeah.
And you just skip around and just play like 1, 2, 3, then 4, then you go to 7.
Jumping around.
Yeah, jumping around. Keep on their toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So if anything, you guys don't worry about your size, man. Worry about your technique.
For real.
For real.
Or actually, not even with technique. Worry about your partner.
That's true.
Talk to him.
Yeah.
Like, but I know with some people, it's hard to talk about that stuff.
Sex. Oh, it's all,
I feel like it's such a what's the word I'm looking for? It's like there's such a stigma. Is that
Taboo.
taboo?
Yeah.
Where it's like we shouldn't be talking about it, but then it's just like if no one's talking about it and everyone's just assuming, then it becomes just this it becomes whack. Like it could be so much better when you understand what your partner likes.
True.
So despite size,
communication,
legit communication. But speaking of size though, you guys ever hear the term micro penis?
Yeah.
It's like an actual medical diagnosis. Yeah. And I remember the first time seeing it and I'm like, man, like, you know, because I work at a hospital and sometimes, you know, they'll always have like the reason for whatever exam we're doing, and the reason for the exam was micro penis, and I was like, that's messed up, dude. How they gonna like clown this person? But it's an actual medical diagnosis, and I'm like, damn. And the friend I was talking with the other day, she mentioned she had a friend that was actually with someone with a micro penis, and I'm like, what does that even look like? Have you ever seen a micro penis?
No, I don't want to, just in case that I might find out that I fall.
Like, wait, that looks like mine.
Wait, hold on. Wait a second.
Oh no.
But if you haven't had any complaints, then
exactly,
why does it matter?
Yeah.
I'm sure. You know, I feel like micro penises still can throw down.
When all else fails, just have some good tongue action. You're fine.
Action.
Yeah,
exactly.
you just have to like compensate otherwhere. Like yeah.
Because again, guys are easy, man. They have one thing to help them play. You know what I mean? Like they don't have a lot of females that have, you know, their nipples.
Guys could have nipples too.
I laugh. I'm ticklish.
That's just you. That's not everybody.
I'm with you on that as well. I'm just like I'm so ticklish. I mean like like don't kill the mood.
Yeah. Don't
relax,
kill the mood,
man.
yeah.
Like don't even go around this area. Don't even go around this area.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I won't try either though. But I think that's because, you know, I'm vanilla when it comes to like sex.
I think vanilla's cool.
No, because okay,
classic.
so according to
vanilla's classic.
All right, so the guy's G spot supposedly is like in the beehole, your butthole.
Because it's your prostate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Does the prostate unlock something for you?
But I don't want to know if I'll. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to open up Pandora's box.
It's like I believe it. I don't need to. I don't need to prove it.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I also heard like when a guy's about to climax, if you like press on the gooch, and that's like between the ass and the balls. Yeah, like the moment you climax, it's more pleasurable.
And you just
like press it like it's a that
button.
Staples button.
Wait, what's the Staples button?
Have you seen the commercial?
Yeah.
It's like a red button.
Oh. I got you. That's super ridiculous, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's just like a lot of things. I don't know. You could pleasure their feet. I don't know, man. Feet people.
Yeah, I guess
it's all in the person, man. So,
Everyone has their own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
So, but you know, in reverse though, when it comes to size, what about like a girl's vagina? Is a smaller pussy? Like, do you guys care about like, just for your sake, like the size of like a smaller pussy and a bigger pussy like make a difference?
Are you talking to me?
Well, in general, I don't know. I don't. Do girls talk about that? Honestly, I don't know.
Or actually, is that
really.
ever a thought?
Yeah, is that ever a thought? You know what I mean?
I think for guys have brought it up to me, but I think as like for girls, maybe it depends on my friends versus other people's, but it's never really like a thing.
I never heard about it.
You're never like
we like my last job we worked with, everyone was like super open and everything was super dirty. So like we would have to like ship things in boxes, so we'd always be like, oh, I need a small box or I need a really big box. I'm like, oh,
nice.
You have a big box. And like it's just like a
Your friends are
joke,
cool.
but Like, I don't think anybody really cares.
Yeah.
At least girls don't.
So it has to be
Yeah.
a guy thing. Seriously, man.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
The penis sizing thing. Because I'm being real, I never heard girls talk about like, oh, my pussy's so small. Oh,
Girls,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what I
girls
mean?
don't really brag about
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
do you think a big pussy compared to a small pussy makes a difference for people?
For me,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like just thought of a stupid joke, but I don't know if I want to say it. I was like, no, I was gonna say, I wouldn't know what a tight vagina feels like because everything feels loose since I'm so small. No, that's super ridiculous. No. In all seriousness, I don't think it matters as long as it's warm and it's wet, like,
Yeah.
but I think the thing that's more in it for me is kind of like the passion behind it, like the everything else that the body's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the vagina is a part of it, but then for me it's kind of like the bigger thing where it's like the way a partner is holding or touching or just everything in general. So it's kind of like I'm more concentrated on that than the actual vagina itself.
Mm-hmm.
So despite the tightness or the looseness or whatever, it's
Mhm.
just like that's kind of like a minimal detail for me.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I don't have a thought on. I don't think there's a thought. Like, I feel like, again, the pussy forms to the penis. You know what I mean? Like, so
It's just the mold.
so if it's a big asshole, and it's small, it just, you know what I mean? Like, the walls, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. All right.
yeah. I don't think there'll be like air. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you're like, you won't hear that. You know
You ever you guys watch Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo, the
Mhm.
first one?
I have not seen that.
Oh, you haven't seen that?
Mm-mm.
I don't know if the humor still stands the
Oh, you'll
stands
probably
time.
get canceled. But yeah.
But there's this scene where he meets up with a client and it's played by Big Boy, and Big Boy plays a lady, and that's when Big Boy was like super huge,
Mm-hmm.
and he starts going like telling Deuce like, have you ever thrown a hot dog down a hallway? Like trying to talk all dirty
That's
about like
totally something like in high school. Like that's like you ask if girls talk about it. In high school, you'd like make fun of like the slutty chick. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, she slept with a lot of people. It's like a hot dog in a hallway
Yeah.
or something.
Have you ever thrown a toothpick into a volcano?
Yeah.
You know, things like it's just like just painting a picture, and that scene in Deuce Bigelow was fucking hilarious, man. Just painted a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Hot dog down the hallway.
In my mind, like the slutty girl I feel like she's more experienced. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you get with a girl who like knows, you know,
Yeah.
I feel like she knows how to make a person.
I feel like that stuff only matters when you're in high school.
totally.
For
Yeah.
sure. It's
Yeah.
because no one knows, so then everyone's
Yeah.
kind of just like speculating and just kind of like talking what they think
Mm-hmm.
is important, talking about what they think people want to hear. But when it comes down to it, it's just like I don't want someone brand new, because it's just gonna be like,
It's a lot of work.
Unless you're
like
unless
nothing
you're
is happening. Like, hold up.
unless you're both brand new, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
sure. I mean, yeah.
yeah. Because then you guys will be awkward together, but you'll figure it out. The second round, third round.
That's cool and
Yeah.
all, but I guess I'm talking now from like an adult perspective
Oh, yeah.
with experience, where it's just like
Oh hell yeah, cougar
I-
lives, man.
I ain't trying to.
Cougar life for reals.
It's like I want to be with a partner that knows what they want,
Yeah.
because it's like
Oh yeah, trying to figure it out. It's a headache.
it was
Like if you say, "Oh, please go in at this angle," or you know what I mean, tell me like, "Oh, touch this spot."
it's just it's
Come
it's,
right here. Like,
I did have one partner that was not very experienced,
Mhm.
and that was it took a lot of work to get her to finish. Like she's never finished prior, and it was like and she was not comfortable at all talking about anything So it really took a long time uh, to get her to finish. But once she finally did start finishing, though, it kind of blew my mind. I don't know if it was just like all the years of never knowing what an orgasm feels like, and then all of a sudden finally feeling it. Like, I didn't realize orgasms can last like longer than a minute. Like, it just keeps going. Have you ever experienced like long?
No, not longer than a minute.
Like, it was to the point where I kind of like still took a step back, but I was still making sure that I was applying whatever pressure that she needed. But I like had to take a step back out of it, thinking like, are you faking this right now? And I was just like, oh no, there's no way I'm faking this. Why is it still going? And I'm like, how long? And I remember going through all of these thoughts because over a minute is a long time. And I had time to kind of just like evaluate and just think like, oh, this is wild. Like, is this normal? And it was just like, but then I remember asking like afterwards, like, hey, is that normal? Or like, does that happen? And she's like, I don't know. That's never happened before. But I guess she went and looked up, or she researched it like the next day while she was at work, and she came back later that night and she goes, oh yeah, there's some girls can just have orgasms for like minutes at a time. And I'm like, that's insane to think about. Like, to just, is that
like a long ass orgasm?
Is that enjoyable? I'm like, that's a long time to be kind of at that peak of just like, what? Yeah. But then again, I don't know what a female orgasm feels like. But if I were to orgasm for like,
I imagine it like when you come, you know, like when a guy comes.
Yeah.
It feels like that. But
dude,
if she's doing it for a minute, it's just like nonstop. You know, you're sensitive. I'm like, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
I mean, I feel like at a certain point, like, it is fantastic when you feel it, but then I'm like over time, I feel like it would take away from the pleasure that it actually gives, because it's just like, I don't want to get used to that feeling to where it no longer becomes pleasurable, right? I don't know.
Well, that's just for like you're having sex like every day. I mean, it's like
no, I'm just talking like,
you take a break. You know,
I'm just talking like that 1 minute orgasm, man. Like, if a dude had an orgasm for like a minute, that's too wild.
But again, I feel like, you know, guys, and all they need is a little bit of friction. You know what I mean? Like, they don't need
just that
initial
breeze of air.
Exactly.
Stupid.
Let's burst today.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Dang.
But you know, also, you know, when it comes to size, I wonder like if you're like, if someone's gay, you know, like, do they want like a bigger butthole, or like a, you know, or tighter butthole, you know?
I feel like it'd be the same as like a pussy, like.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's one thing. Okay, if they're lesbians and they have big pussies or whatever, is that still pleasurable, or would the tighter ones be more like scissors me timbers? Better. You know?
Oh, you're talking from like a lesbian standpoint.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you know, like the size. You know what I mean? Would size matter in that?
I don't think it's because it's internal.
It's internal,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, there's no.
And if you're a lesbian, that's like toys, so it's not like you have to really care about.
Oh, that's true. I guess
you just get the tool that you need for the job.
Tool that you need for the job.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of tight buttholes, I was so I've been working in radiology for a while.
Okay, I thought you were going somewhere else with it. Okay.
Where do you think I was gonna go?
I thought you were gonna like explain about your tight butthole or something. Like,
I mean, I would assume my butthole's tight because the only thing comes out of it is poo, right?
Yeah.
Anyways,
that's how I know size is a bitch, because you know when you have a big bowel movement, that shit hurts.
And then you look down and you're like, oh, so that intern, that's what it would feel like.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, I remember Alan. Shout out to Alan again. Alan, you get on the show, man.
Yeah, man.
I remember I think we went to like a buffet. We ate so much food, and the next morning he texts me and he goes, I think I know what it feels like to get ass raped. And I was like, dude. Anyways, so I've been working in radiology for a while, right? We do this exam in X-ray called a contrast enema, And what that is we put an enema tip into the rectum and then fill up the large intestine with contrast. Now the thing is, to keep the contrast from leaking out, we stick an enema tip in and we inflate a balloon, and that balloon sits up against the sphincter. Sphincter says what, right? And it creates the seal. Well, the balloon inflates to like probably like that big, and I remember there was like this old guy, probably like in his 50s, and so we put the enema tip in and we inflate the balloon to where we're supposed to, and then we're about to get ready. We cover him up with the towel and everything, waiting for the doctor to come in, and then the guy goes, "Oops," and we're like, "What?" And he goes, "Oh, I think it came out." And then we like lift the towel, and the enema and the balloon is just sitting on the table, and we're like, "Oh." And so like we deflate the balloon and we like put it back in and like inflate it. And at this point the doctor comes in the room, and then we cover him up again, and then he goes, he does again, "Whoops." And we're like, "Yo." And then so at this point, like I'm still a student, like learning how to do this, and I like look over at the tech that's kind of like teaching me, and his eyes are kind of like big, like loose asshole, like kind of thing, and I'm like, oh. And the whole time we had to end up like trying to like hold it in place, like hold butt cheeks and like try to create this seal, because this dude's butt was so loose. Like even the doctor, before even filling up with the contrast, he was watching under the camera as he's inflating the balloon, just to make sure he doesn't like rupture the colon or anything. And he inflates it so much that we're watching on the camera under x-ray and we see the balloon blow up. And we had to like get a whole new enema tip, and we were just like, this dude had the loosest butthole ever. I'm like, if something like that would just slide out, even when he's trying to hold it in, how does this guy not poo his pants? Right? Because if a turd got into the chamber, if a balloon like that just slides out with no pushing, I don't know. Anyways, that's my story on loose buttholes.
Have some nice foreplay.
Dude.
Yeah, man. I just, size. I think, now that I'm older, like I'm not in high school, it's like, it's whatever. And I'm married too. So, you know, it's like, we've been together for 10 years, so if size really did matter, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think when it comes down to it, size does matter in the sense of preference, but a big penis does not matter.
Yeah.
So all of you that think you have small penises,
yeah, man, it's confidence. You know what I mean? Be happy with your
learn your partner, understand your partner, understand yourself, and the rest will follow.
Yeah. Yeah, we all come. Eventually.
I mean, all us guys come.
Yeah.
I was like,
I feel like it's bad for Asian guys though. Like we get a bad rep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because of like the media, Hollywood, movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking with a buddy, and we were talking about stereotypes and
stereotypes. Yeah.
Stereotypes, fucking stereotypes, and then and he's like, I think the question came up: is there a good stereotype? I said, black people are automatically got huge cocks.
Totally.
And then he goes, but is that a good stereotype? And I was like, I'm like, why wouldn't it be? He goes, well, what if you're a black guy with a small dick? And I'm like, ooh, so that is not a good stereotype, because then that works against his favor. And I'm like, there are no good stereotypes. Stereotypes are funny though. They're hilarious.
Sometimes you just have to dive deep into stereotypes, man.
It's funny, but you can never generalize an idea across the board. Never.
There's always an exception.
There's always the outlier.
There's like the general, and then there's like, but not everybody falls in that.
Yeah. There's the majority, or the majority that are vocal about it, but it's like, who knows what the majority is?
That's true. Yeah. I feel like all penises are gross anyways. They don't look good. Like at least a girl's vagina looks beautiful. You know, like God like crafted it. You know, like it's a beautiful painting. You know, penis is just a
An
stick.
afterthought.
Yeah, you know, it's like
It's whatever.
it's like you know, but the vagina is always formed. You know.
Yeah. Shoot.
Yeah. Such a weird conversation.
Any closing thoughts at all?
Yeah.
Anything you want to add?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
No, I mean, I don't know, guys. Just if you're a guy and you're worried about your penis size, just work on your confidence, man. Like that's all it is. Penis
Yeah.
has nothing to do with confidence, man.
You know, also on top of just confidence, understand the female anatomy.
Oh, I didn't even know vagina was
Like-
considered a genital. You know, I thought so. Yeah.
Like, educate yourself.
Yeah.
And
Please. WebMD.
You
and
can Google
just,
pretty much everything now, so
yeah. Wait, what was it?
you can Google pretty much
Oh,
everything.
you could
Everything.
absolutely
Totally.
Google everything.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
Pornhub.
Pornhub.
No, never mind. Don't use porn. I feel like using porn's
It's an unrealistic
it's unrealistic.
expectation.
Yeah.
You know, a lot. There's sometimes I don't even know I have this thought right now or thinking because you mentioned Pornhub,
Yeah.
but it's just like, you know, watching porn sometimes and seeing what these guys do,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like from my understanding of what's pleasurable to females.
Mhm.
Sometimes I see things and I'm just like, that's not enjoyable for
Yeah.
the girl. Like
I
that
know.
girl is like, I'm like, she's like the girl is like having to really act like it's pleasurable, but I'm like, I don't think that. I don't know.
I don't think when guys are watching porn, they think about that though.
Yeah, I
That's
guess
true.
so.
It's more about the P going in the V.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I analyze things too much.
Well,
Try to understand
I-
everything.
in my mind, sometimes I'm just like, how did they do that? Or you know what I mean? Like, that angle does not work. But then again, maybe it's because I don't have a big penis. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, yeah.
Dang.
Or maybe my shit's not hooked enough. You know what I mean?
The hook. I think this
I
is
just know missionary, reverse missionary.
dude, yeah, I guess the thing I was thinking was just like when guys give girls like a hand job,
Yeah.
and it's just like, and they think they're all going badass, but it looks like they're just like punching their pelvic region,
Yeah,
and I'm just like, that can't be pleasurable.
seriously.
I'm
And I
like-
think like a big penis. Okay, say you were to do anal. I feel like a big penis will hurt if it's your first time doing anal, because that shit will stretch. You know
I
what
feel
I mean?
like
You gotta
Actually,
like
I'd be
work
right.
your way up. There's
Yeah.
no, you don't just go in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
like gauges of the earring.
Yeah.
You don't just blow.
Blow.
Oh, that I just up mine. It was like that would hurt.
Oh, you just upped your.
Well, kinda. It's like a long story, but yeah, I had to like
Oh.
stretch one of mine, and it was like so painful.
What gauge are you at right now?
2.
Can I see what it looks like?
Oh wow.
That's that.
I've always wanted
Yeah.
gauges.
I always wanted to rock like wooden gauges,
Yeah.
just wooden dowels.
I got my earlobes are too big though. Like I got like those Buddha ears.
Hell yeah,
You know.
perfect for gauges, bro. Dang.
I'll look very indigenous.
Dang, I was about to start talking about piercing, but then that's like super
It's a whole nother
random.
topic.
Anyways, I think
The part in porn I don't get is why you guys find it so hot when they like jizz all over a girl's face. Like, what the fuck does that do?
I was like, you know, I've never actually done that, so I have no idea.
Maybe it has to be a dominance thing, like a masculinity. Like yeah, I marked you the way a dog like marks a tree.
Is that not fun? No, it's just, it's fun.
It seems messy.
Oh yeah.
It's messy as fuck.
Hmm.
But this is the thing though, like when it comes out, it's warm. But then when it sits for a minute, it's like cold.
Cools down.
And, yeah.
It's gross. I'm just gonna flat
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want to get blasted on the face,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll try it.
Oh man.
I'll try it.
You know, I
Well,
just
okay, if a girl squirted on you though,
like
Is
on your
that-
face.
yeah.
I
Because
mean,
okay,
I guess I've never experienced that either.
because if you're like if you're going down there, cunnilingus in it.
Just say it how you know, bro. Say it
Yeah, if you're going down on a girl, okay,
Yeah.
you're already getting the wetness and stuff, right? So if
Yeah.
she was to like finish on you, if you do, you know what I mean? Would
That's
that
like
be
a
trouble?
different consistency, though. I would think.
Yeah, it's pee. Those that's what I was saying.
Right? Isn't it pee?
It's
no,
pee.
It's not.
It's
It's not pee.
No,
Yeah.
What?
I don't. It's like a.
Where does it come from? It doesn't come from the urethra.
It does, but it's different.
Huh.
Like I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
But
Is it a kind
it's
of
not
pee?
like a fucking like a guy's jizz. It's not. It's like a different.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Is it more watery like pee? No, shit.
No, the girls one I
I
thought
think-
were liquidy.
I think so. I don't know. I personally
Oh.
never have, so I don't really know.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
from what I've heard,
Alright.
because like cum is kind of like thicker.
It's like a oily consistency.
Oily, yeah. Yeah, it's like tapioca pudding.
It's like tapioca pudding. It's like Cetaphil.
Yeah, or Elmer's glue.
Elmer's
That's
glue.
a good one.
Yeah.
Elmer's glue.
And then it
Yeah.
dries just like that,
And
and, and your skin becomes beautiful. Oh yeah, you know, maybe you know if you come in a girl's face, her face, you know, smooths and out.
It finds the pores.
Yeah.
No, it
Yeah.
makes
I'll just keep my face how it is.
Collagen jizz.
colleges.
Yeah, like collagen.
Colleges. I got you.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So,
You
I-
see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it. That's hella stupid.
Wait, so that's not pee though when a girl squirts? Oh shit.
Dang.
So is that sweat? Like I'm talking what bodily liquid? I mean,
For,
It's just a different bodily fluid. I don't know.
I was like,
yeah. Not can all girls squirt? No, that's not.
No.
You can't, right? Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I guess to go back to your question, I had time to think about it. I wouldn't mind, because I guess
Getting squirted on?
yeah, because
Yeah.
it means the girl's finishing, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
That doesn't work both ways. Sorry.
Well,
I'm a people pleaser across
Yeah.
the board though, so I'm just like anytime, like I'm always helping.
yeah.
But
Not-
see, that's
not-
my opinion too, though. So for somebody else, that could be completely different.
That's true. That's true.
But-
Maybe they're all about that.
Yeah, shoot me in the eye. Give it that. Actually, I remember when I was growing up, was it, you know those free access television shows like back in the day? Like there was a lady, like an elderly lady, and she always talked about sex and whatever. And she said that, you know, if you get semen in your eye, it actually helps your eye vision.
It's
I
the-
don't think that's true.
It's the original LASIK,
Yeah, man.
dude.
Seriously, man.
That's
Like,
hilarious.
You know, the little
Like-
sperm just swims up there and just like,
and just increases your
Yeah.
vision.
thanks,
It's like carrots.
thanks, son.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious, man.
Yeah.
Public access, man.
Public access, man. They
That's
have-
like back in the day, like
totally.
in the middle of the night.
Yeah, they used to have the craziest shit, man. Like there's this one called like Teddy Bear Picnic. Yeah.
What was Teddy Bear Picnic? They actually just set teddy bears around a fucking picnic.
Oh, it was a porn thing, dude.
Oh, it was a porn thing.
It was.
Oh.
I felt like it was like.
I remember
furry.
in like elementary school, I saw like 6th grade or something.
Mhm.
It's like at like a friend's sleepover, and we were like flipping through channels, and there was straight like porn on one of them.
Yeah.
Dang.
I was like 11, so we're like, ah.
Dang.
I think there was always something. There was always something more exciting when you found porn. But now, like you just have like access to porn. It's,
Oh yeah.
it's not the same.
Everyone
thrill.
has like phones and stuff,
Yeah.
so it's like a click of a button.
Instant.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, you know, what was it like? The premium channels on cable,
Mhm.
they'd be like super like squiggly and stuff. But
Mhm.
sometimes it would be still just enough to
Yeah.
see that boob, and it's like,
Oh,
oh,
nipple!
that was a boob. Like I don't know.
It's like on American Pie. Have you seen
Yeah.
like, the first
Yeah.
one where
Yeah.
he's like got the static and
Yeah.
then it's like a porn and
Yeah.
like the
I don't
very
even remember
beginning.
that scene.
Yeah.
It's like the very beginning, and then like they walk in and he's like jerking off. And
Oh.
In a tube sock. By the way, tube sock. I think that's a stereotype, dude. Like that's not real. That's just uncomfortable.
What?
Like using a tube sock to come in
Like putting the tube sock
on your
around?
penis, and then
Do
you
people
come
do
in.
that?
Yeah.
I think back in the day,
Yeah.
maybe
Oh.
not so much now.
Yeah,
That
man.
feels uncomfortable. Sounds
See,
uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Because man, these are cotton and it still feels rough.
Shoot.
Maybe you gotta get like a new one.
A new
So it's
sock.
like soft still.
Super. Like with the fleece line on the
Yeah.
inside. That's hella stupid.
Snowboarding socks.
Those are
Or like the
comfortable,
extra fuzzy ones you wear like for like
Yeah.
instead of slippers, you
though.
know?
Yeah. That's super ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be kind of nice.
They have. I actually have a pair. They're like fuzzy with like aloe infused. So they're like
see?
kind of like a weird feeling.
What? That sounds
yeah.
nice. No, just stick that in the microwave real quick. No, that's hella ridiculous.
Butter.
dude. Butter. That
Damn.
Crisco, dude. It's hella stupid.
Legit base of the turkey. Like. Man.
Dang. Well, all right.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts on the?
We had a
subject?
lot of closing.
I know, I'm like-
I
I
just
was
keep
like-
thinking of more.
That was like 20
more.
minutes ago. I was like, closing thoughts, guys. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Krystal, for joining us.
Krystal, hell yeah. Dope.
Appreciate it. Catch you guys on the next episode.
Peace.
Peace.